The office block above me folded. Concrete raining down like a lead storm. My name's Polly Walker. The biggest zero in Usal City. Right now, I'm face down in the dirt. Hands shaking as I live stream what might be my final curtain call. My frame. The sky's gone terminal. A massive wormhole ripped the atmosphere open. And aliens poured out like a locust plague. Right under it stood a nightmare 100 meters tall. The Cess-class monster titan. Molten veins pulsed across its skin. Its every breath torching the air. Our mighty army looked like cheap plastic toys under its heels. The chat was a dumpster fire of sobs and prayers. But I didn't cry. I was locked onto that golden streak, cutting through the chaos. Gale, the world's only S-class hero, and the only god I ever had. Gale! Hit it! Blow its head off! I roared until my throat tasted like blood. I was born a weakling. A 1K run could put me in the air. I've been a punching bag my whole life. I couldn't be a hero. I didn't even qualify for the front lines. If I couldn't fight beside a god, I'd be his witness. I wanted the world to see. As long as Gale stands, we have a chance. Boom. Another blinding blast erupted in the middle of the zone. Gale turned into a golden lightning bolt and slammed into Titan's chest. Sonic boom vaporized the surrounding monsters into a red mist. Titan stumbled back, letting out a gut-wrenching roar. I screamed, white-knuckling my phone. Then, the next second, my smile died. Titan didn't fall. Its dorsal spine surged, a sickening purple glow, energy overload. It unhinged its maw, a black orb coalescing at a terrifying speed. Basat. Space itself began to warp. My screen flickered like crazy. The pressure from kilometers away felt like a hand crushing my heart to pulp. That is, Titan's trump card, the death ray. If it fired, Usal City would be a crater. Gale hovered there, his golden cape, whipping in the storm. Of course, he could dodge. At his speed, he'd be in the safe zone in a blink. But behind him were the ruins. Millions of civilians. And the city's last stand. If he moved, we were done. The golden figure seemed to glance back. From this distance, I couldn't see his eyes. But I felt that soft, final sigh. Gale didn't retreat. He ignited. His golden aura turning into a raging sun, like a comet fighting the tide. He charged straight into that black sun, no regrets.
No! Don't!
I ditched my phone and bolted from cover like a madman. In that moment, I forgot I was a loser. I forgot fear. All I knew was my god was throwing his life away for a bunch of ants like us. As I ran, Titan's roar split the sky. A black beam erupted, wide enough to swallow the world, carrying the stench of total extinction. In that heartbeat, I thought the sun had fallen. Gale dove into the beam, his golden flame snapping to blood red. Overload mode. The forbidden technique that burns your life for a burst of power. Collision was silent. The shockwave was so massive it went beyond human hearing. A white rift split the world, and the blast tossed me like a rag doll. I don't know how long I was out before I clawed through the rubble, ears ringing with a high-pitched scream. Did we win? I wiped the grit from my eyes and looked at the crater, begging for a miracle. The next second, my blood went ice cold. The invincible golden god was falling like a kite, cut string. But he hit the ground 10 meters away, kicking up a cloud of dust. I crawled over, every movement feeling like my soul was cracking. My idol for 20 years, the light of Usal, lay silent in a growing pool of red. His armor was shredded, revealing charred, mangled flesh. A horrific hole in his chest, humped blood, like a ruptured mane.
Gale! Wake up, you're invincible, get up, please!
I fell to my knees, trying to plug the wound with my bare hands, but the blood just kept coming. My tears hit his face, mixing with the gore. You could have dodged it. Was it really worth it for trash like us? As if he heard me, Gale's eyelids flickered and slowly pulled open. Those eyes, once brilliant as suns, were dim and dying. But seeing me, he forced that trademark smile.
Because I'm a hero.
His voice was a guttering candle, each word punctuated by a cough of shattered organs.
Kid, don't cry. Everybody has their own fight, and I see something in you.
He raised a blood-soaked left hand and unlatched a cracked black wristband. He grabbed my hand and slid that stained band onto my bony wrist. It was oversized, dangling loosely on my arm, looking pathetic, yet feeling heavy as a mountain.
Take it, and for me, protect O City.
With those final words, his hand went limp and hit the dirt. His golden eyes remained fixed on the sky forever. A god had fallen. I cradled his body and let out a soul-shattering howl in the ruins. In this hopeless world, the only light had just gone out. Roar, a bellow thundered overhead. Titan's shadow swallowed me whole again. It raised a mountain-sized foot, stomped down with sadistic cruelty. It went dark, not nightfall. Just Titan's S-class foot blotting out the sun. Under that shadow, Gale and I were just two ants waiting to be erased. I let out the ugliest, most pathetic shriek of my life. I'm no hero. I'm not even a man. I was scared to die, terrified, like to my bones. Watching that magma vein soul descend, my brain went flatline. Honor, legacy, vengeance, screw all that. In that moment of pure terror, only one primal, insane thought remained. I don't want to die.
Piss off!
I squeezed my eyes shut, shielded my head, and howled from the depths of my soul. It wasn't a brave war cry. It was a coward's wail. The bone-crushing pain never came. Instead, the world fell into a freaky, muted silence. What the... Am I dead? Trembling, I slowly peeked out from my arms. Then I saw something that broke my sense of reality. Less than half a meter above me, that mountain-crushing foot had simply vanished. Even Titan looked confused. The beast that laughed at nukes was now standing on one leg, looking utterly ridiculous. Then, clean-cut stump, where its foot used to be sprayed, a geyser of blood. A scream, so blue that it tore the sky apart. Titan's massive bulk crashed down, buried in a dust storm, like a kicked stray, thrashed in the rubble. Those bloodthirsty eyes now locked on me in pure terror. I collapsed, pants soaked, snot and tears everywhere, shaking like a leaf. I looked at my skinny hands that couldn't even open a soda, then at the trembling monster. Did I do that? No freaking way. As the dust settled, the survivors looked on, paralyzed with shock. The legendary monster was wailing and crawling backward, desperate to get away from a scrawny, sobbing kid kneeling by a corpse. I sniffed hard, staring blankly at the fear in Titan's eyes. A wave of pure absurdity washed over me. Was it afraid of me?